Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over what's in my wallet for quarter 3 of 2024. So a new quarter is among us, and this starts July 1st and ends on September 30th. And I think a fun way to use credit cards is to maximize the cash back that you can get. So I try using them to get the highest amount in each spending category that I can. Of course, I wouldn't recommend doing this if not able to use credit cards responsibly, but as long as you pay your credit cards off in full every month, I think this is kind of a fun way to go about it, and you get the most bang for your buck. So starting off, we have the Discover It card. This card does 5% rotating categories. For quarter 3, the rotating categories are 5% back for grocery stores and Walmart, both in-store and online. I believe they've done Walmart before, but not in-store. So that's definitely a really good addition. So I plan to use it for just that. I'll be using it for 5% back at grocery stores. And though I don't go to Walmart frequently, if I do go, I will definitely be using my Discover It there. Moving along, we have the Citi Custom Cash card. And how this card works is it gives you 5% back in your highest spend category up to $500. So my game plan usually with this card is to use it exclusively for one spending category. Now, because Discover It is using grocery stores and I have another card coming up for gas, I decided to use my 5% for restaurants. So for every restaurant that I go to, I will be using my Citi Custom Cash to get that 5%. And I don't anticipate ever reaching that highest spend of $500, so this will be a good card for me to use. Next up, we have the Chase Freedom Flex. And much like the Discover It, this card also does 5% rotating categories. And for this quarter, the rotating categories are gas stations, EV charging stations, select live entertainment. So for that, think like concerts, carnivals, things like that, and movie theaters. So out of these categories, I plan to use the 5% for gas. I don't have an electric vehicle, so I will just be pumping my gas using the Chase Freedom Flex. Last quarter, it was the Discover It, and the quarter before that, I was using my Citi Custom Cash. So now I'm on to a third card for my gas, and that will be the Chase Freedom Flex. This quarter, they don't have any stackable bonus offers like they did in quarter 2. So for quarter 2, I was able to get 7% back for restaurants, but this month, the highest I'll be able to get is the 5%. Next up, we have the Wells Fargo Active Cash, and this card gives you a flat 2% on all of your purchases. So for any category that I'm not able to get that 5% or more in, I use this card for. So thinking of all the other possible purchases that I make, the only thing that comes up for me would be my gas bill for the home. So I will be using that. This is my one utility bill where I'm actually able to use a credit card and it doesn't have to go straight through the bank. Otherwise, there's a huge credit card fee. So I'll be using this 2% cashback card for it. Coming up, I don't really have any major expenses that I need to account for that I would include, but if I go to any other store, say like TJ Maxx, or I do any online shopping, for example, the Wells Fargo Active Cash might be my go-to. And even thinking into the future for utilities for the gas bill, I know there are a couple cards that can give you 5% back on your utility bill, like US Bank Cash Plus or the Elon Max Preferred. I believe that gives you 5% back. So that might be something I would consider in the future. And then we have one last category, and that I call other considerations. So I do have a Target Red card. This is a debit card, not a credit card. I do think they just recently rebranded to call it the Target Circle card instead of Red card, but it serves the exact same purpose. And how it works is when you use this card at Target, you get 5% off everything. Now, I do go to Target fairly frequently, get some groceries and other necessities there. So I always use this card when I go there just to get that extra 5%. So that concludes my wallet setup for quarter 3. If you have any comments or questions, be sure to leave those down below. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed.